You know, my first day in Japan was pretty intense. I learned to be less judgmental, and that expectations usually lead to disappointment. I guess technically it wasn't my first day in Japan, but this time I was there for university, so things were a little different. I got picked up at the airport by a representative. They told me which highway bus to get on, what stop to get off, followed their instructions perfectly, and I got off at the rest stop, and no one's there. So I wait. Sat down on the bench, waited 30 minutes, no one came. So I saw there's a few parked cars. I went up to some people and I asked them, you know, do you know where my university is? Do you know this university? And no one knew my university. I didn't get it. Now I get it. It's a highway rest stop. Everybody's just passing through. So of course, no one knew where my university was. It was getting late. And those cars, they drove off. And pretty soon I was alone in an empty parking lot on a highway rest stop in Japan. Yeah. Now there were two roads. One was going back where I came and the other one was going further up the mountain. So I decided to go further up the mountain. Now I was moving to Japan, so I had two huge 50-pound suitcases filled with all my junk. So I started dragging them up the mountain with me. And eventually I got to a high enough elevation where I could kind of see the layout of the town. And I saw it. It was my university's clock tower, like a beacon in the darkness. Yeah! It's in the opposite direction. I went back down the mountain. So I got back to the rest stop. I think it's about 9 p.m. now, and I hear this noise off in the distance. And it's getting closer. What is that? And it's the revving of engines. You know, bikes, scooters. And it's accompanied with this crazy music. And into the parking lot comes this group of Yankees. And they got the crazy bikes. And one of them even has a Zelda van. And I'm just bewildered. It's like one of my Japanese animes. They get off their bikes, they come out of the van. And there I am with my two huge suitcases, foreign. And I'm dressed extremely flamboyantly. I kind of realized, oh God, they're probably gonna mess with me, or at worst they'll rob me. So I turn around and I'm just gonna go back up the mountain, and I start walking up the mountain, and I hear them call out to me, and I'm like, oh God, go faster, George, go faster, go faster, go faster, and I hear them run up. And I turn around and there's 5 of them there. Don't make eye contact, George. One of them says to me very slowly in Japanese, "Are you okay?" I wanted to cry. I was like, no, I'm not okay. Where's my university? Dude, that's right over there. I can show you if you want. And I was just so relieved. You know, they helped me with my bags. They walked me down to the rest stop, and they showed me that there was this stairway. I didn't notice this stairway. And they're like, yeah, you gotta walk down this stairway. They helped me with my bags again. And there's this other road. Like, yeah, just go here. And we got to this other stairway, and oh God, I was just so grateful to them. It's like, thank you so much, you know. And they showed me the second stairway I had to go down. And gosh, I hope I have a picture of it. I call them the demon steps. The steps are like this wide. So the Yankees are like, yeah, just go down these steps and you'll be at your university. Okay, take care. And I was like, wait. I didn't know how to say it in Japanese. They knew what I wanted. They looked at me, they looked at my suitcases, they looked at the demon steps, they looked back at me, and they're like, kid, we gotta go back to our scooters, okay? Bye. It's like, okay. Well, you know, I was grateful enough. They helped me down the first flight, so thanks. So there I was, in front of the demon steps with 2 50-pound bags. Started walking down them, carefully. Whew. It's tiring. At the halfway point, I was pretty much dead. But I noticed at the bottom of the steps, 2 university students had started walking up. And I thought, you must be the dudes that were supposed to pick me up. So I actually got on top of my suitcase. I sat on it, like, and I waited for them. I had like my arms open, like, guys, I've been waiting for you. And they're coming up. They walk right past me. They don't even say anything. They just go straight past me. I'm like, what? Ah! At that point, I decided to start sliding my suitcases down the stairs. My arms were jelly. I just couldn't lift them anymore. So I'm slowly like sliding them down. I'm still being careful with it. I had like my computer and my PS2 and everything in there. I didn't want to break anything. But yeah, just sliding them down. And yeah, those 2 dudes that I saw earlier, they were coming back down. And this time I decided I'm gonna call out to them. I was like, hey guys, wait, help. Please? Help me. Guys, help! They straight up ignored me. I couldn't believe it. The Yankees that were supposed to rob me, they were super helpful. These university students who were supposed to be normal, they just flat out ignored me. Anyway, I think it took me about an hour, but I finally got down the steps. Walked through the campus, and I got to the dorm. You know, I was in my flamboyant gear, which was now drenched, utterly just drenched in sweat. 2 huge suitcases. Security at the dorm came up to me. Oh gosh, didn't somebody pick you up? Where was the representative? And I'm like, that's what I want to ask you. But yeah, they took me to my room, and I just collapsed. I was dead tired, and I just slept in my super sweaty outfit. Yeah, that was my first day in Japan. Hope you liked it.